Hey, if you're anything like me, you love new NES games. And, well, I've got a new one for you. This one's called The Drunk Time Traveler's Fiancee. And I don't know how I'm going to review this, but we're going to give it a shot. Let's go.
This is a review show. This is a review show. You don't have to like it, but I hope you like it.
Alright, thanks for sticking around. My name's Dan B, and I love NES games. There's constantly new NES games coming out. In fact, there's a thing called NES Maker, and this is a chance for people to make NES games without too much programming knowledge. And this is how the Drunk Time Traveler's Fiancee was made, is that there was a game jam, which is essentially when a bunch of people make a game in a limited amount of time within specific parameters. So what we're looking at here is basically a work in progress and a demo, like a proof of concept. So if you like to see new NES games like this, please subscribe, and also be sure you stick around to the end of this video and I'll tell you how you can download this game and play it for yourself. Okay, so how do we even review a game like this? It's a work in progress, it's not quite ready for prime time, but you can see what it's all about. So basically, I guess we'll go over the good and bad of it. Let's dig in. And here's the opening title screen. What is that? Is that John and Yoko? So what is The Drunk Time Traveler's Fiancee all about? Well, let's see. So you play as a character named Mikey McMike. So Mikey's, I guess, been out drinking and he woke up with a major hangover, and then he realizes, oh shit, today is September 20th, 2020, and I am supposed to get married. So the idea is he runs out to meet his future fiancée under the tree where the ceremony's supposed to be. And a Rick and Morty portal shows up, which I'm not going to really get into because Rick and Morty portals don't take you through time, they take you through dimensions, but that's a whole level of nerdity that we're not going to get into here. So anyway, this portal takes him back in time to 1989, and that's where your adventure begins. So in this game, you've got the HUD display. Those brown things on top, that's a stout, which is your player life meter. And the green things there are vomit, which is your power-up meter. And then it shows the number of beers, which is your player hangover meter. Now the pint of Imperial Stout, it's your health bar. The bottle of Pilsner are these bottles you pick up. And if you drink enough, you'll get to a hangover. You have to pick up 10 of these. If you get these steins, which is called the Stein of Oktoberfest, one of them gives you a full hangover. And this is the pager, aka a beeper. And some of you guys might know what this is. Back in the day, people would wear pagers or beepers. It would just let you know someone had called you, and you would know who to call back. Anyway, these are your checkpoints. So what you do is you throw empty bottles of beer at your enemies, and one hit seems to destroy every enemy. But you can power up, and eventually you'll start throwing puke or vomit or barf or whatever you want to call it. It's your power-up projectile, and it's supposed to be more powerful. Except I don't see how it's any more powerful than the empty beer bottle, considering every enemy takes only one hit to destroy. So there's a few levels here. You have the city, which takes place in 1989. You have feudal Japan, which the year is 1185, hence the samurais. It's kind of weird this takes place in feudal Japan because not only are you time traveling, but you're internationally traveling as well. Oh well, video game logic, right? And then the last level is the city in the year 2030. And this is a city that's been overrun by robots. So now I guess the best thing to do is look at the shitty stuff. So let's talk about some of the shitty things in this game. First of all, it's a glitchy mess. I mean, just look at this. Right when you start out, Mikey McMike is a blob of weird glitchy pixels. The very first screen of the game should be the most tested thing and shouldn't look weird like this, right? Then again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Mikey's just fucked. Like he's already been through several different time travel scenarios and he's been split into 3 pieces. That would make sense, right? Another weird thing is the HUD display. It's confusing. Like, I get that the stout is your life meter and the vomit is your power-up meter, but I don't understand how you get extra vomits and what the beers do. Do the beers give you an extra life if you get 10? It's confusing, especially since the vomit power-up doesn't really mean anything other than maybe it's a bigger projectile. And look at this glitchy mess of a stage. I had no idea what I was doing here. The game just glitched out and I had to just power my way through this part. Now granted, I did have a few playthroughs where this looked just fine, so I kinda knew what I was doing. Another confusing thing is there's no death animation. If you die in this game, you just instantly pop up back at the start of the level. And it's kinda jarring. And I know this is just a work in progress and a demo, but it'd be great to see some of these things fixed in the future, should they decide to pursue this and make it a full-fledged game. Alright, there was some shitty stuff in there, but you know what? There's definitely some good stuff too. Check this out. So let's talk about the good stuff. First of all, right off the bat, Mikey feels great to control. The controls are tight, the jump mechanic works great, the game itself has a Mega Man type control scheme. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the play mechanics were based off of Mega Man. The bottles you throw being the pea shooter, the way he jumps, as long as you hold the button down, he jumps higher. As a Mega Man fan, I love the way the game controls. Also, the graphics, and especially the animation, is well done. I love how the character looks and is animated, especially when jumping. When you're jumping over another character, look at his hair and his eyes. I think that when you are creating a game, you should probably make the main character the most well animated, because that's the thing your audience is going to see the most, is your main character. And they did a great job here with Mikey McMike. Another thing that you'll probably like about this game, if you're a fan of the NES, are all the references to other NES games and other pop culture references. For example, the first characters you meet are Phil and Jed, which is obviously a reference to Beavis and Butthead. No, I'm just kidding. They're obviously references to Bill and Ted. And this guy, I wonder what he's referencing here. It's pretty much a love letter to a lot of pop culture. So I guess that about wraps it up. I'm a little bit drunk myself on these White Claws. So like I said, if you want to be able to download this game, all you have to do is check out the description below. The link is right there for you. If you can't find it, leave a comment on the video and let me know, and I'll point it out to you right there in the comments. And if you did download it, let us know what you thought. So if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe. Like this if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it. Thank you for watching, and see you soon.